Chapter 1. Ruth Jenkins. August 1860. West Barnstable, Massachusetts. Ruth stretched, yawned, and woke to find James Hamblin Jenkins staring at her, a wry smile on his face. "You'd sleep through a battle," he said, and eased himself on top of her. She said. They had been married 3 months, but her appetite for her husband's caresses had only grown. The little house they rented near Bridge Creek contained 2 rooms, a kitchen and a bedroom. What more did they need, after all, other than to eat, sleep, and lose themselves in each other's embraces? She might as well get used to tight quarters, for soon she would follow him across the ocean on a merchant sailing ship, where James would continue his career as a captain. To the shock of her family and the whole town of West Barnstable, Ruth had decided to accompany James on this perilous voyage. She would be at the mercy of the sea, brave the fury of gales, hurricanes, and waterspouts. She would travel around Cape Horn at the southernmost point of South America, visit foreign lands, and navigate the Cape of Good Hope at the tip of Africa. Ruth would see the world in a way that few women of her day could ever imagine. She would be at her husband's side, in the confines of a cabin below decks, and the glorious horizon above. She thought back to the woman who had first sparked her interest in seeing the world from the prow of a ship. Mary Brewster had joined her husband, captain of a whaling ship, on a years-long voyage 15 years ago. Mary's reflections on her journey, which had been read to Ruth when she was just a girl, still resonated. "With this determination I came, blow high or low. I would try and make the best of everything. Which determination I trust will be kept. I often find myself thinking of home and kind friends and acquaintances, but I have no wish to be with them at present. I have chosen my own place of residence, not from the impulse of the moment, but after much calm and sober thought. In coming, my own conscience tells me I was doing right. I think I shall make a decent sailor." "Penny for your thoughts?" James asked. "You seem far away." "I'm right here with you, James," she said, pulling him closer. "If I seem distant, it's because I'm thinking about the day when I'll set sail with you. After all these years of waiting, I will finally join you, circling the globe, experiencing the life you've been writing to me about in your letters." "So you haven't changed your mind, even after your mother's protestations?" "I have not," she said, and she showed him how very much she intended to stay with him. Chapter 2. Josiah Fish. October 14th, 1860. Boston, Massachusetts. Josiah Fish felt only a smidgen of regret for missing his sister Ruth's nuptials. He had been miles out to sea. There would be plenty of time to befriend Captain James Jenkins, the man who had shipped him home ingloriously during his first time out as a young sailor when he was a boy of 14. "For your own good," the captain had said, "before I have to whip you for insubordination." The captain's long relationship with Josiah's father, Captain Fish, had saved the young sailor from the cat-o'-nine-tails, but his pride stung when he returned home in the middle of what should have been a long voyage. That was all in the past. He was 19 years old now. He'd made a better show of it in the years that followed, and he now looked back on his youthful indiscretions aboard the Vancouver with a growing regard for the captain who had helped to turn him into a man. Josiah dipped his new steel pen into the pot of ink and began to write. He faithfully kept his family abreast of his activities, knowing that his mother treasured every word from him. "Dear parents, I suppose you have been waiting anxiously to hear from me and how I proceed. The first day I got here was Thursday. I went down that afternoon to see Isaac. I had a good time with him. The captain had shipped his crew as I expected. I went down the next day to see him off Saturday. I had a look at the shipping, but did not make any applications. Sunday I went over to East Boston and spent the day with Edwin and his family. He thinks he shall move into another house. The rent is so high. He says he has as much work as he can drive. Monday morning I went over to see Gilman. He has 2 ships loading with ice. One is the ship Sea King, and the other is the ship Jacob Harton. Right off the stocks, the Sea King is bound to..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?